Good morning, everyone. This is the Navy presentation with Petty Officer Second Class Yates, and my name is Ms. Yvette de la Cruz Carroll, and we are so excited. And yes, it is our last week, and we are celebrating. I'm wearing a holiday sweater every day this week. Yes, and I used to really not care for Christmas. My favorite holiday is Thanksgiving, but today we have a staff virtual meeting and I'm dressed up. So we were supposed to wear an ugly sweater and this is as ugly as it gets. I sound like my cat. I have bells every time I walk. So you know where I am in the house. If you guys have questions, type them in the chat. They're private, they're safe. You can either send them to Petty Officer Gates or you can send them to me. We can ask the questions after his presentation. I'm waiting to get an email real quick, but in the meantime, I'm going to have Petty Officer Second Class Yates introduce himself and talk about his presentation until if I don't get the presentation, we're just going to go ahead and get started. How does that sound?
All right. Sounds good.
And once you get started with your presentation, it looks like I just got it. I'm going to turn off my camera so no one's distracted by this ridiculous situation and they have all their eyes on you. Okay, so it looks like I have it. Just one second. Well, go ahead and introduce yourself, and I'm going to see if I can turn this, get this presentation for you set up.
Absolutely. Yes. Hello and good morning, all of you guys. So I'm Petty Officer Second Class Yates, and I've actually been in the Navy about 6 years, a little over actually. And I've, put myself in a position to where, this is something that I definitely want to do for the long haul. I'm actually an engineer in the Navy. Engineman to be exact, that's my exact title. And of course I work in the engineering departments on most either big ships or smaller ships or even smaller boats. And yeah, I started out my time just like anybody else. I graduated high school and I didn't really do anything for the first 6 months. Like, college wasn't a direct route I wanted to go into, so I looked into all the options that the military had to offer. So I put myself in a position to where I was like, yeah, I got 2 older brothers in the Navy. They must be enjoying their time. Let me go ahead and do that as well. So I came in it was 2014 and went to boot camp, basic training. Right. So that basic training was 2 months long, and it's in Great Lakes, Illinois. And it is what you think it is, the most basic of training out there. They, go into how to fold laundry, how to, wash clothes, how to, make sure your uniforms are squared away, everything along those lines. And then once I completed that, I went to my A school, right, which is our initial training outside of basic training. And that gives us the knowledge that we need to be able to perform our whatever job that we have out in the fleet. My engineering school was also in Great Lakes. It was across the street. Great Lakes is near Chicago, if anybody knows that. And, I started out being able to do that and go from there. I was there for about a year, actually, learning, going through different schools to be able to work on different engines and so forth. From there, I was stationed in Little Creek, Virginia. And Little Creek, Virginia is a very small base in Virginia. It's not like the big one like most people know, which is Norfolk. And from there, I was stationed there for 5 years, in which I worked at a small boat command called Assault Craft Unit 2. And I did 1 deployment there, so not very long at all. And then now I'm here, being able to, teach other people who are interested the ways of the Navy and, to go about how they can, again, find out that more information and then see if they qualify and are able to process with us as well. So that's a short and sweet little introduction about myself, and hopefully we can, yeah, we got this presentation going. It's a Navy 101 presentation.
Let me know. Just do you want to give me a keyword like next on when to click or?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Okay, cool.
yeah, yeah. You can go ahead and. So again, yeah, sailors aren't born; they're forged. A lot of us are under this idea that we aren't all maybe cut out to do some forms of military service or something along those lines, but that's not necessarily true. We It takes from if you're a dailor on, say, like day one, or a sailor on day one, sorry, what you transform to the entire time that you're in is what kind of person you really become. And it's utilizing all of those benefits that we offer that really transforms you into that sailor. And again, those benefits we'll talk more about. So go ahead and next. So yeah, what's in it for you? That securing your future is a very important one. The Navy is, well, and most other branches, you can come in when you're 18, and by the age of 38, you can fully retire. And, a lot of other companies don't take that kind of risk with any 18-year-old out there. But any branch of the military, including the Navy, are big on that ability to be able to, hey, we're going to take that risk. We're going to, help you secure your future. Another big one specifically for the Navy is adventure. That is the big one that separates us from all of the other branches. Whereas most Marines, soldiers, I don't know, the airmen in the Air Force, most of them get stationed, all over the world, but mostly if they ever do deploy, it's to the desert or, something like that. And Afghanistan or Iraq, places that are not the best that you want to go to. But with the Navy, since we play mostly a support role, we use our platform to be able to, well, our multiple platforms, to be able to go to different countries all around the world. I've personally been to Portugal, Spain, Greece, Dubai, Israel, a lot of places that people want to visit on their own dime, I was able to do for free through the Navy. So that's one of the big things that we offer. Money for school. We'll dive more into that a little bit because there's two different avenues to utilize that. There's what's called tuition assistance, where you can get college credits and earn your degree while you're in, as well as the GI Bill. There's the Montgomery GI Bill and the Forever GI Bill. It's basically a $180,000 scholarship that allows you to, once you're out of military service, you use that and you go to school for free. It's a really simple process. There's rewards for joining. A big one is monetary rewards, right? Being able to get a sign-on bonus. We have a nuclear engineering program right now that if any of you qualify, you get a $38,000 sign-on bonus just for whenever you come in, sign your, paperwork and complete basic training in your A school. Hey, here's $38,000. Congratulations. And I'm sure, a lot of the other benefits that we're going to talk about are just, what we can use on a daily basis. The things that make us great. And, VA home loans, the ability for me to not have to put any money down when I buy a home and things like that. Next. So securing your future is really important in terms of the Navy. Our retention rates and the people that are wanting to stay in the Navy are getting higher and higher as the years go on. There's so many fields that have lasting effects on the rest of your future. like I said about nuclear engineering, if you come and get that training, it's MIT level training. It's basically like going to MIT for 2 years, getting that, nuclear engineering, like certifications and all that training that leads to you basically being a few credits shy from having a bachelor's degree, all while you're in the Navy. And then, that goes for any field though. A lot of our fields directly translate into a job in the civilian sector. If it's healthcare, aviation's a big one because there's like Boeing and Lockheed Martin, and any military contracting company, they directly hire veterans. Next. That's just a picture of all the different kinds of sailors that we have out there. We pride ourselves on diversity. You can see sailors that are in the aviation community there. You can see sailors that are a couple of them are quartermasters that work on the very top of ships and are the ones that navigate the ship. You have damage controlmen there, which are like our main firefighters. And again, you have like the spec war guy on the left there that probably is a Navy SEAL or a surface warfare crew combatant. So a lot of different fields we offer, and they're all just gonna have their own unique experiences. Next. Jobs in the Navy, aviation rescue swimmer. I don't know if that video necessarily works attached to that, but that's okay. Rescue swimmers, again, they are, okay. Yeah, we can watch a short video on it. Awesome. Adventure. That's definitely a big one. Whenever I deployed overseas, we did what's called a lot of swim calls. And if you do like swimming, it's great to be a part of that. If you don't like swimming, that's okay too. You can, watch other people swim in the Gulf of Aden, which is the area that we swam in, which is near the coast of Africa, like actually on the eastern side of Africa. And we also swam in, because we stopped in Jordan, the country Jordan, for a few days, and we were able to do a swim call there because they have a really nice, very blue beach there that we were able to just hang out on and swim around and all that kind of stuff. It's really fun time. Next. Imagining the possibilities. So again, there's 100 port calls around the world. You can go to New Zealand, you can go to Australia. Let me know if you have any questions later on what countries you can go to, if any of you have any particular interest to go to a certain country. And there's definitely a chance that you could go there. We have ports in just all around the world. Every single continent, we have a port that we can go to there. And again, you get to interact with those global cultures. Being able to, eat different types of food in Spain and Greece and in Italy was probably one of the most amazing things I was able to do. Taking part in humanitarian missions is a big one. I was a part of an attachment that helped out with Hurricane Harvey, Hurricane Irma. So we did hurricane relief. I wasn't a part of the exact one, but my command facilitated that time to be able to go and help Puerto Rico when they had their, hurricane disaster. And, being able to go and help out those other areas is really, it's really important, and it makes you feel like you have a sense of purpose, definitely. There's a lot of, top secret missions that we do. And we have the biggest intelligence community within all the military branches. Being able to, get that top secret security clearance is very important, especially if you're looking to get a great job in the civilian sector. So those are all things to definitely consider. That being said, we can go on to the next one. Oh, this is like a 3-parter. So you can keep scrolling. And then scroll one more, and then bam, there you go. So there's back up one really quick. So where will you go? Like, where around the world will you go? Every one of those anchors represents the fleets that we basically have domain over, in the sense that we are maritime. So most of what we do is in, around the oceans, of course, and being able to surveillance all areas around those specific places. All of those bases, which are represented by the circle there, are bases that you can be attached to, again, all around the world. And, even then, those don't cover even a quarter of all of the places that you can visit on a port visit. So that's just something to also consider too. Next. Money for school. It's definitely a big one. One of the main reasons I joined the Navy too, because student loan debt is a very real thing. It's not going away anytime soon. And even with COVID going on, a lot of colleges have had to pay for Zoom, and the ability to use that on a regular basis, or Microsoft Teams or anything like that. And they started charging more tuition for students out there that aren't even going in and getting that, actual classroom education or training or anything like that. So as a part of the Navy, we like to mitigate that. We like to, stop that where it starts, and be able to utilize our platform to help every individual sailor out there get tuition assistance, get college credits while they're going to their A school, getting college credits by, when they get out of the Navy, they can turn in their certificates of all the trainings and all the things that they've done. Even basic training, you can get 3 college credits out of. A lot of people don't even know that. And utilizing those scholarships, we have a lot of different programs that offer you money, to whether it's to put in your pocket or to use for school, to help you get that exact education that you want. Being in the Navy, nobody else is going to determine what you want to get your degree in. You get your degree in what you want. And there's avenues in which, you use that, and there's still ways to become like a commissioned officer from that. Next. The forever GI Bill. That's a very important one. I plan on using it someday myself, because, it doesn't expire. No matter what state-funded school I can go to, all of the tuition and fees are 100% covered. and I'll get $1,000 a year just for books and supplies. And then that potential monthly living allowance it's not a potential anymore. It's a guaranteed monthly living allowance, and it's based off of the zip code of your school. So being able to, let's say you want to go to the University of uh, Colorado, Denver, right? Just as an example, they would pay me about $2,200 a month, because that zip code is based in Denver, to be able to have an apartment there that I can rent while I'm going to school. And again, school's fully paid for. So if I wanted just extra money in my pocket, I'd pick up a part-time job and I would be living very comfortably going to get that school and that degree that I wanted. Yeah, next. Tuition assistance. That's a big one that we utilize. We all, especially in the office that I'm in, we all utilize it while we're in the military, while we're in the Navy. Pays for 100% of the course costs at an accredited college. Being able to, when I'm off of work here, like Mondays and Wednesdays at 6 p.m., I'll continue my schoolwork to get those, knock those college credits out, so I can, get my degree in what I want. And again, it gives us the opportunity to get that degree and make it to where we are able to achieve what we want to do personally. Next. Okay, yeah, Navy college program. That's definitely a big one. It's whenever we are thinking about getting out, or even while we're in, every single training that we have, whether it's basic training, that A school that I was talking about, that going to there's C schools that you can go to once you're out in the fleet that give you more training on your job or even on a different job. Me doing work has made it to where I have already started getting like HR college credits, as well as communications college credits, because there's obviously a lot of talking related to this, and that's definitely a big one. You take all of your experience, all of the things that you've done, you take it to the Navy college office, and they're like, okay, here you go. All of what you've done has translated into 40 college credits that are accredited that you can take to the next institution of higher learning that you want to go to. So that's definitely a big thing to consider while you're into. We all use it. Next. Additional programs. Yeah, loan repayment program. That's definitely a big one. Those who have already gone to college, we will pay off your student loan debt for you, assuming that you are in a rate that is needed, and we could use you, and hey, we'll pay off your student loans for you. College level examination program. That's a big one. You don't even have to take a college class. If you go out to, say, Barnes and Noble, and you get a CLEP book on chemistry, you read that whole book, you go and say, hey, I want to take this CLEP exam on chemistry. You go take that exam, and bam, there's 3 to 6 credit hours towards chemistry that you didn't have earlier, that you received just by passing an exam, a college level exam, that is. The Montgomery GI Bill selected reserves. So that's the GI Bill specific to our reservists. That's money that if somebody doesn't want to come and do active duty, they are given a stipend monthly to be able to go to school on top of the part-time paycheck that they earn as a reservist. So it equates to around, starting out, it's $700 a month or so. Again, it's part-time service, so it's a part-time benefit. but a lot of people that interest too, to be able to put extra money in their pocket without having to serve full time and do active duty. Dante's, Defense Activity for Non-Traditional Education and Support. That's like your end-all be-all service for anything related to college education. If you want to find out how to go to a college near where you're stationed, there's somebody that will be working on or at Dante's, which is like an online support facility that can help you achieve that plan. Next. Again, yeah, rewards for joining. A lot of ratings out there, which are jobs to us, have enlistment bonuses at the beginning. I talked about nuclear engineering being one. That was $38,000. That's our highest one. But a lot of them, like if you wanted to be an IT, that has a $5,000 bonus. If you wanted to be an air rescue swimmer, like you saw on the video back there, that was an $18,000 bonus if I have that correct. So we have, I think up to 25 ratings right now, or jobs that have enlistment bonuses that can basically guarantee you thousands of dollars upon entering the Navy. Next. Yeah, enlistment perks, sign-on bonuses like we talked about. Salary advances is a big one. Every year, everybody in the Navy and DoD wide gets usually about a 3% pay raise. So it adjusts with inflation every year to make sure we are affording the cost of living wherever we do live. And on top of that, salary advances, the Navy is one of the easiest branches to be promoted within. I went from being a E3. I started out, everybody starts out as an E1, but in the first 2 months, since I did a lot of stuff prior to going to basic training, I came in as an E3. And that's right then and there a $300 pay raise per month. And going from doing that to, I was out in the fleet for about 2 years, and then I already had made what I am now, which is a petty officer second class, which is, again, a big pay jump. So those are a lot of things to consider as well. Next. Benefits. Again, benefits, I have a whole list of benefits that I can go over. A lot of what we previously mentioned, but there's so many rewarding things about naval service. Even a big one that I use that actually might seem like it's small is, what am I, right? I'm a veteran. I will always be a veteran. And every day, not every day, every year we have a specific day for veterans, Veterans Day, which is in November. That's probably one of the best days out of the year for us, because everything that we go out and do out in town is basically free, or it's very discounted. I mean, it's quite a day to be a veteran for sure. And that's just a small one out of all the things that we do offer. So yeah, next. Generous pay and more. It's very competitive pay. I mean, what kind of 18-year-old out there do you know that is starting out making $1,800 a month? It doesn't really seem like a lot, but again, they're only 18, right? And then by the time I was 21, I was making, close to $4,500 a month. So it's the ability to be promoted and to make a lot of money a lot faster. It's very competitive. There's not a lot of employers out there that could have done that for me, especially at that age, and without having a college degree. Potential bonuses for special duty. Me being here right now, I just for doing this, I get an extra stipend monthly to be able to just talk to people, basically, seeing if this is a program or the entire Navy is something that they want to learn more about. yeah, scheduled pay raises again yearly, and then regular promotions, and being promoted fast is something that we pride ourselves on. Comprehensive health care. I don't pay a single penny for my health care, including medical and dental. I don't pay that at all. 30 days of paid vacation a year. Not a lot of employers offer that. Most employers out there might offer about 2 weeks a year, like 14 or 15 days. Excellent retirement income. Again, when I'm 38, I'm going to be getting a paycheck of half of what I make right now for the rest of my life. So that's definitely a big one. Tax benefits. That's probably one of the biggest ones, is that the money that I get for housing and for food is tax free, and that's around $2,500 a month that I am not taxed on. That immediately goes to, say, my rent and my groceries, and none of that gets taken out on taxes. And that money that is taxed, for a lot of people in the civilian sector out there, it can be, that money really adds up, definitely. But yeah, next. Yeah, it's not where the sea takes you, but who it makes you. That's definitely important. I've I've so I've been so proud that I've been able to really understand what diversity is. I mean, coming from a small town in South Carolina, I never would have imagined that I was able to make the friends that I've made. I never would have imagined that I would be able to experience the cultures that I've experienced, and being able to be a part of that team mentality, getting the job done when I'm, still a young adult. Um, yeah, being a part of that I never would have thought I would have been a part of. In the Navy, we have an esports team now, like people that, are just really good at playing video games. And who would have thought that that would be an opportunity for anybody at the age of, say, like 18 or 19. So that's something that we offer so many different things that you just can't get anywhere else. And it feels so rewarding to be a part of that experience. But yeah, next. Two ways to join, infinite possibilities. Again, yeah, we can go over the criteria of what it takes for you to be able to join. But that's something that, of course you have to have, a high school diploma. If you're 17 years old, you have to have parental consent. Otherwise, when you're 18, you can make this kind of decision for yourself. And being able to, utilize this as a platform, you just have to, be physically, mentally, and morally sound. So that's something that we, as recruiters, all in this office, on a daily basis, we work with people to make that determination for them, to see if they can continue the process or not. So that's something to definitely think about too. Next. Enlisted sailor. So again, this is what my office mainly represents, is allowing people to utilize that opportunity to become enlisted. It's a lot less requirements than the officer one, which is the one that we'll go over next. Being able to, again, just meet that criteria of being physically, mentally, and morally sound, being, say, 17 or 18 at least, and then having it to where, you have that high school diploma is really a plus. And then, yeah, we'll go next really quick to officer. Yeah, officer, right? Most of the time you need a degree to become an officer. And usually it has to be a degree in something that the Navy needs. But there's a way around that. Coming in on the enlisted side makes it to where your opportunities, again, by using tuition assistance, getting that degree on your own time. Utilizing one of the other options of, we have programs for the medical enlisted commissioning, which is, hey, the Navy's going to send you to go and get your degree in something in the medical field, and all you have to do is finish that like, it's basically like a nursing degree within 3 years, in which they pay you full time to go and do that. So that's more than, say, what the GI Bill that I talked about earlier offers, because it's you full time going to school and being paid for that. Another one is being able to go to the Naval Academy. If any of you have ever thought about joining the Naval or being a part of the Naval Academy, which is an Ivy League school, that's something that is easily attainable if you go enlisted first, because it is hard to get into that school like straight out of high school. It is. I know a lot of people that have tried, but they haven't. But a lot of the people that are in the enlisted side, you use that program because they save spots specifically for people that have enlisted. And that's a great way to, again, go to school full time, get paid for it, and become a commissioned officer right after that. So yeah, next. Yeah, 2 types of duty: active duty and reserve duty. Active duty, again, is full-time, where you get those full-time benefits like most of the ones that we discussed. It's getting that full-time paycheck. It's quite the difference from reserve duty, because reserve duty is only 1 weekend a month, and then during, say, like the summer break, you go to an annual training, which is 2 weeks long, and then that's it. But reserve duty, they get a paycheck every month. It's a fraction, probably an eighth of what I make or something like that. But it's something that, if you've ever considered service but you don't want to fully jump into it, allowing yourself the opportunity to do the reserves gets your foot in the door. It gets you to see what the military is like on a weekend a month basis. But again, reserve duty is also part-time benefits. So that's something that there's a cost and benefit to all of that. Next. Next. Oh, sorry. Okay. Brave new waters. Yeah, being a part of that culture that the Navy has, it's separate from anything else. You're going to experience things that you never would have imagined that you experienced. And a lot of us pride ourselves off of the sea stories that we have, things that we've done on deployment, things that we've done on humanitarian missions. You'll always be, basically, say, for example, Thanksgiving, you'll be at the head of the table, like telling all your stories about, this is what I was able to do in Spain. This is what I was able to do in Dubai. And I was, able to go there for free and do it that way. And, even if it's, not something that you've personally experienced, if it's a humanitarian mission, because those are work related for us, the ability to tell people that you've helped save lives, you've changed the course of somebody else's life, and you made whatever country you go and help, or even if it's our own country, you did something that honestly, changed the course of a community. And that always resonates with a lot of us, and that's why we continue to serve in the Navy, is that we have a lot of those opportunities to be able to do that. Next. And then, this is the end of the presentation. So if any of you guys have any questions, feel free to ask them, and we can, I can definitely see if I can answer them for you.
We haven't, I don't know if you got any questions in your chat if you want to get that, if you want to check. But I didn't get any right now this morning, but I do have a few that I think
Okay.
students would benefit from hearing because there are always things that just really are amazing to me that what you guys do. What is the ASVAB score that you need in order to get into the Navy?
Yes, that's another one of the requirements that I forgot to mention. The minimum ASVAB score that you need to join the Navy is a 31. Yeah, again, that's the bare minimum that you need. Anything, if you study for the ASVAB, if you get over a 50, that makes you more competitive for a lot of the jobs out there that are like highly technical, highly rewarding, and even highly paid positions that we have. So being able to study for that ASVAB and do well on it really translates into what your military experience could definitely be like. So that's, yeah, again, thank you for actually asking me that because I did forget to mention that one.
And so we have another question actually that came from a student. Do you like your position rank? And also, before going into the Navy, did you want to go into a different branch?
Okay, yeah. Do I like my position? Yeah. So if you mean like my specific job, or like my rank, I obviously enjoy both. My specific job, when I was younger, like in high school, never would have thought that I would work with my hands, but that ability to be able to, work with my hands, get all of that experience, get all of those college credits that relate to that, really translates and into the civilian sector. It makes me feel good that I was able to accomplish all of those things, put my mind to something that, I mean, they're paying me, they're giving me all these benefits. Why wouldn't I want to take advantage of that? And to answer the other question, did I look into other branches? Absolutely. I went to the Air Force. I tried to go to the Air Force first, but they weren't working that day. And I definitely would have loved to have gotten more information about the Air Force. I did not. The Navy was actually the last one that I went to. And I wanted to window shop, basically. I wanted to see what other branches had to offer because I think that's vitally important. You tailor your experience in the military to what each branch offers. I wanted to go see a lot of different foreign countries and be able to experience their cultures. And I don't think any other branch would have really offered me that. But yeah, second, I look into the Marines because my dad was a former Marine. I didn't want to do anything combat, so that's why when I went to the Army, I was like, yeah, I don't think I can do this either. So yeah, those were kind of immediate no's. I wish the Air Force had gotten back to me, but after going to the Navy office and them explaining to me what all is out there and what kind of opportunities are out there for me, I was like, I couldn't trade this up for anything potentially that the Air Force might have. So that was my mindset going into deciding that the Navy was right for me. Yeah.
Great question. Do you have another question? Or you're thinking about another one? Oh, cool. It says, also, I've been hearing you say, yeah, a lot. Wait, let me read through this question. They were just commenting on you just being so relaxed and saying yeah a lot and very casual instead of just yes and very, I think very maybe just
I got
I know
you.
that you probably can do it because that's what you guys do in your when you're working and around others. So just so you know, this is a very casual presentation, so he doesn't have to be so serious or formal.
Absolutely. Yeah, I know when out in the fleet and you're, interacting with a lot of other people, say in the Navy and stuff like that, it is more formal. But me taking this position to basically, you know, talk to people that are in high school, in college, working a civilian job. I do have to be more relaxed, more approachable of a person. I can't be somebody that's necessarily all, you know, like I'm going to stand at attention and, you know, say things that way or anything like that. Um, I might be, yeah, a little casual, just, yeah, mainly for this presentation because, again, it's about making that impression that the Navy, a lot of us are still, of course, people. You know, the military is just, yeah, it's a full-time job for us, but at the end of the day, we're people, regular people with, you know, regular lives that are able to just, you know, basically turn a switch on and off sometimes to be able to, you know, still live comfortably and we're able to transition our mindset when we go into work every day and, you know, be focused and mentally ready for whatever is next.
Another question, and
Yeah.
I think it's been great. What a great presentation. Thank you. Your
Yeah.
slides were fantastic and clean and neat.
Yeah.
One question I have is, so my brother-in-law is actually a Navy boy, and he is, God, I can never, he fixes jets. I can't even tell you. He started when he was young. He did it. He went right out of high school. His
Yeah.
parents, unlike Latino parents who like to
Okay.
keep us around for a long time, they were like, "You're turning 18. Get out of here." So
Yeah.
figure out a way to make that happen. So my brother-in-law and his brother went to the Navy, and now he works at Buckley, and he fixes jets. And he's been everywhere. So he's been to Afghanistan. He's been to Europe, and he loves it. But so he and my little sister married very young, and they have three beautiful children, and now they've been married for a long time. And he
Yeah.
loves his job. And the best thing about it is he never went back to school. His ranking just kept increasing, and therefore his pay kept increasing.
Yeah.
Um, but my sister was able to use his GI Bill, and
Uh,
she's a dental hygienist, and now she just finished her 4-year degree as a dental hygienist. So for me, it's really important for students to know that if you guys decide that you're going into one of the branches, you have your career, school's not something you want to really get into or want to do, and you see your career and what you're doing, that's fine. Yes, you will have to continue to learn, you will continue to take tests, you'll continue to have to, if you want to move up, learning is essential. Like, you're going to have to continue to prove yourself. But if you don't want to go back to school, then that money is provided for your spouse, and I'm not sure for your kids.
it is. It is transferable to your kids as well. Yes, they made that a thing. I think probably 10, maybe 5 to 10 years ago. Not too totally sure because again, my dad retired as a Marine, but he wasn't given that opportunity to pass his GI Bill down to his kids. But now, especially after, yeah, post 9/11 was when that actually really started to be something that was talked about. They made it to where you can either transfer those school benefits to either, yeah, your spouse or your kids.
That's
Um, yes, absolutely. It
that's
is great.
awesome. Yeah, she's been able to use it quite a bit, so it's been great. Um,
Yeah.
Another thing is I've put in the survey I have into the chat, but can you
Okay.
put your information in there so then if the student that's on here, I don't want to say your name just for your safety, if you're interested in speaking to him any further or you want to meet with him on a personal basis to continue exploring, please do so. He's going to put his information in the chat. You can
Yeah.
also connect with me. I can help you get his information, but please also fill out that survey for the school, that Google Doc. Just go in and answer questions. It's short. The one I have is like 4 questions, so it's really easy. I just want to know what else can we do. We had the Army on earlier this semester. You're
Okay.
the second for Navy, and we have yet to get the other branches on, but we'll get them on next semester. So as our students, we have a great JROTC program in our high school, and so they
Yeah.
expose them and they definitely get them informed in all of those branches. So, and we try to do our best as a Future Center to do that as well. But this is great. Thank you so much. This was fantastic. Thank you for information. yes, it's recorded. So if you want your own recording, I can send it to you. It will be put on our Future Center YouTube page. So probably in a couple days, if I can get it in today, I will. But sometimes it takes me a couple days to get that updated. Any more questions from our audience? Okay, well, I have a resume class I have to jump into, a workshop.
All right.
But thank you so much for coming. I appreciate it. And I want to do this every semester. I like having guest speakers. I like the continuity. I want to be able to be consistent
Absolutely.
and have our students make sure that they're constantly, if they didn't make it here, they have a video to watch. And if they didn't watch the video, if they want to come next semester, we'll do it again. So we'll stay in touch and happy holidays.
Thanks to you as well.
Thank you. Bye. Take care.